So, I want to talk today about cognitive dissonance and how it affected my decisions to adopt Nala, and how cognitive dissonance plays a role in me and her hanging out today and in general. So, before I got her, I wasn't in a place to have a dog. I traveled a lot. Last semester, my room wasn't really open enough for a dog, especially one that's going to be as big as she's going to be. So there was a lot of reasons not to get one. But this semester I've been at Clemson, and I've been chilling. Don't travel too much or any. I've rearranged my room, so there's a lot more space. But even then, people tell me all the time, like, oh, you should get a dog. And I was like, yeah, but I'll just wait. And then I saw her on Facebook. And just look at her. Like, she's adorable. Yeah? She's really cute. But there were two people in front of me, so I was like, yeah, if those two people can't take her, I will take her off your hands. I figured, at that point, like, if I get her, it's meant to be. So that was me trying to come to a sense of reasoning with myself, because I saw this beautiful dog and it threw me off, because beforehand I was in agreement with my actions and beliefs that I wasn't going to get a dog. And so that was kind of my first cognitive dissonance. Like, in my mind, I made up that my beliefs were that, the fact that those two didn't work out, that maybe it was meant to be. So backed it up with my actions, and she reached out to me and asked if I still wanted her. Double checked, made sure that I could, logistically wise, money wise, because there was a lot going on in my head and I wanted to be sure about it, and said yes. So I'm on the way to get her, and even then I was still having cognitive dissonance just in the car ride over there, wondering financially, am I going to be able to support both of us? Wondering the logistics behind all of it with my class schedule, second guessing myself, all that, and just being very uneasy about the situation. And then I got to meet her and heard her story. She was the only one that survived out of her litter. They were all stray dogs, didn't make it through a cold front. And she was found by a friend of mine on Forest Road, which I think is pretty cool. And post-decision is something that has calmed me, because it's just a cool little sign that she was found on a road with my name. There was a lot of post-decision dissonance, just because, I was wondering if I made the right choice getting her, if I was going to be able to provide for her. And hopefully I am able to ease that dissonance through my actions, by changing my actions, and by taking care of her like my beliefs are that I can. Hey, what's up? What's up? While getting Nala was a anxious time for me at first, and she was able to take away my anxiety, there are also times where I have anxiety because of her, because she is such an important aspect of my life. So last night I went to the Clemson men's basketball game for a half, only for a half, and that was my way of saying that it's okay. I would only be there for about an hour. I could leave, she'd be fine. But I had this dissonance about myself while I was at the game, and I was so worried that, maybe she wasn't okay. And although I was at the game enjoying it with my friends, my beliefs were different. I was so worried about her. It's our 4th day together, and I'm leaving her. It's the first time I'm ever leaving her for something that I wanted to do, not something that I needed to do. So that was interesting for me, because I was just looking for, any little sign. I'm not a suspicious person, but I was looking for any little sign to go rushing back to her. So, I saw a notification on my phone that had the word dog in it, and that freaked me out. As dumb as that sounds. But I was like, oh my God, I have to go home and see my dog. And I have really bad anxiety in general, so that was interesting to go through for the first time. I think it's interesting because one of the things that we talked about was how one of the ways that you're able to reduce cognitive dissonance is by placing more importance on a different subject. In this case, that's Nala. She's also able to take away some of my anxiety because there are certain things that maybe I'm unsure of or that worry me, but the important part of it is that I get whatever it is done so that I can provide for her. And so by thinking that, I'm able to change my beliefs and actions and mitigate things that I might be more anxious or more dissonant about, and focus on getting it done so that in the long run I can come back and spend time with Nala. So that's pretty cool. I think it's also interesting that she is able to take away some dissonance that I may have about other things. It's a busy week for me. I have this project. I have another outline for a project that's due tomorrow. I have a basketball game tonight. I have to take care of you. I have to cook. I have to clean. I have so much going on. But I place a priority on her, making sure she's all right, and us just hanging out and spending time together. I'm able to place more important matters to me on the front of my mind. That would be our food. But I think it's interesting because by valuing her and adding her to my life, I'm able to take away some of the stress from other areas or some of the anxiety in my head, because I see a lot of similarities in the basic definition of anxiety and the basic definition of dissonance, and the fact that they're both just kind of things that you're unsure of, and your mind's not cool with you being unsure of them. Hey, the one thing I am sure about is that I love this dog, and I gotta make things work for the both of us. Yeah. There you go. So that's the plan. We're just gonna take it one day at a time, though.